So, Carl, what are your reflections on that game in general?
A great way to finish pre-season. I thought we played against... The way we structured pre-season was always to finish with a side like Felixstowe that have a squad full of really good players, real good management team. So it was a great test for us and just a great way to finish. I thought our performance today was very, very good, and it has been throughout pre-season. Really, it's been really, really consistent. I know you're forever looking to get minutes into lads and top themselves up, but your performance is ultimately rolling into the sort of latter part of pre-season and rolling into the season is really, really important. I thought our performance today was a very, very good performance.
Yeah, would you say that's giving you more confidence kind of going into Saturday?
I'd say so. It's always nice. It's tough. You can have the worst pre-season in the world. It's the wonderful world of football. You can have the worst pre-season in the world, then roll in and have an unbelievable start to the season. You can have the best pre-season in the world and have a drastic start to the season. So it's hard to gauge, but it's always nice when you have good performances, good results rolling into the season. It does bring that element of sort of bounce amongst the group, because they now have an insight and a thought process of, yeah, we can be really, really tidy, really consistent throughout a stretch of games, and it just naturally gives you that bounce into pre-season, into the start of the season. Sorry.
And what would you say your reflection would be on those type of games that we've had in pre-season?
A real good balance. It was. I know we've played other sides in the years gone by, but the balance of games we've had this pre-season has been really, really good for the group. The pre-season's incredibly tough. You have lads that, for certain reasons, have to go on holiday when they do due to work commitments. You have lads that have got job commitments that sort of makes them, or sort of doesn't make them, but they have to miss certain sessions, certain games throughout pre-season. So the balance to keep the consistency within the group's really tough. But I thought with our games and the sort of gaps in between the games and the opponents we faced, I think I've been really, really pleased with pre-season.
Yeah, and 2 new signers scoring today. Ali Conway with a good performance.
Yep.
What are your reflections on that?
Delighted for them both. Again, it's hard when you lose, and again I've openly spoke about this, when you lose the players that we've lost and the characters that we lost, to replace them as such, or to bring new faces into the group, it's always going to be tough. But I don't think we could have brought in better. Like facing Ali last season when he was at Newmarket, he stood out within their group, and Mark spoke so glowingly of him, and he was one that we were desperately trying to get in. He's an unbelievable character, and he's got bags and bags and bags of ability, bags of energy to run alongside it. So he's been outstanding throughout pre-season. And then you bring in the calibre of players like George Quantrell and Tom Hughes that have had the careers that they've had prior. Again, I'm delighted with our recruitment. I'm so happy the way they've settled, and they've brought into the change room, not just the way we're trying to play, but they brought into the group, and I'm delighted that we brought in the ones we brought in. I'm really looking forward to seeing them throughout the season. And
in terms of Harley Curtis, in some of the games we've seen him play as that striker number 9, how do you feel like maybe he has something to prove this season and he can go on to be very important?
I wouldn't say he's got anything to prove. I certainly know what Harley can produce. I've had the pleasure of playing alongside him when he was a young pup at Ipswich. And he's just one of those lads that have picked up injuries along the way at the worst possible times, and he's gone to Chesterfield after Ipswich, and he had a good season. They got promoted. It's not quite worked out for him how he wants it to work out, and he's come to us, and again bought into the group. The lads are bought into him. He's a great character, a really, really talented boy. And look, with complete transparency, I'm hoping with individuals like him that he might come to us for a short spell and then bounces back into the Football League. If he doesn't and he's here for a long period of time, then brilliant, because we've got a top class player in the building.
And what are your thoughts on the fixtures and Saturday in particular?
Long way away, but again we've had them watched a couple of times, and everyone talks about it's the travelling, it's the physicality. It isn't. I think that's been slightly disrespectful to the teams we're going to be playing against. They aren't just physical players, they're obviously very, very good footballers. So look, it's stepping into the season with eyes wide open, not knowing really what to expect, because the club's not been there for a long time. But look, we've had games watched, we've had the teams watched, so we'll try and prep the best way we can for not just Stourbridge on the weekend, but throughout the duration of the season.
Yeah, and I was kind of thinking, with the travel, do you reckon them long trips will maybe help bring the group close together? Yeah,
potentially. There's going to be pros and cons to any points made, I guess. You can argue that the longer journeys as such can drain players. It can have an adverse effect, and might not be used to it. and then you can counter-argue that and say, look, the time spent with each other could be golden. But I think every single one of them, all the lads that have stayed and the lads that have come into the group, just excited for the season to start. Pre-season is what pre-season is, but it's not the football season.
Yeah, and
desperate to start those competitive games.
After the game on Saturday, we've got the Tuesday night home game against Royston. How excited are you for that under the lights first home game of the season?
So again, not just from a footballing perspective, really looking forward to. Again, it's stepping into the unknown. You don't know. You're struggling to gauge what sort of crowds we'll get. Will the crowds rocket up off the back of last season? We're hoping so, because it does have a desired effect. You boys that come across and make the noise that you make, and the people that come out in their hundreds and thousands last season, wowzers, it's never for 1 minute is it underappreciated. We know how important it is up and down the levels, certainly at our level for big crowds, for the noise, the atmosphere you create. It goes above and beyond for not just us on the side that are constantly listening to it, but the boys that are playing. It really does have that desired effect. So I can't thank you enough on behalf of everyone for last season, but stepping into this season, we're praying that the crowds again are still really good numbers.
Yeah, brilliant. That's all. Thank you very
Brilliant
much.
stuff, guys. Thank you.